Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to The Walking Dead Season 3, The New Frontier. So it's been maybe a day, maybe two. I've reset my computer, reset the game. As far as the story goes, I think are close to the end of episode 3. We found out that Richmond is being run not as this four-party democracy, like I don't know what you would call that really, a group of four leaders, so much as it turns out that David has been left out of the loop, and maybe some of the other members have been left out of the loop, and one leader has gone rogue and told members to start looting and stealing from other cities, probably to make Richmond survive, which is no real surprise. Almost certainly that was something that would come up as you're trying to build a community, because having strong moral character and also forming a gang that brands themselves are not very compatible ideas. I did take a moment to look at all the achievements. You get them just by playing the game. I imagine most Telltale games are like that. But I do also want to mention that when I reloaded this game, I once again got ads. This game is so filthy and dirty, full of ads telling you to buy games that A, they should know I already own, and B, they have no reason to tell me to buy Season 2 or Season 1 of The Walking Dead when I'm playing Season 3. I've already made that decision. Every single player who's playing Season 3 has either made the decision to already own the previous seasons, or decided that they don't need to play those games. And the only thing you could take from this is that because they named this New Frontier and didn't really call it Season 3, they were trying to bait and switch and trick people into playing this game and then deciding that they're going to play the old versions, which would make no sense at all. That would just be super annoying to go back and play Season 1 or Season 2 if you'd never played them before, particularly if you didn't know that this was Season 3 and this was the first game you ended up playing. Also, you get the ads for the comic books, which don't matter. So this should just load where it saved last, so we should be fine. Wow, this is running pretty bad already.
Where's Lonnie?
He gave us the slip. Hightailed it back towards Richmond.
Son of a bitch.
I think this is where we were.
Wasn't there one more?
Yeah, I beat him in. Well, it's
good riddance. That son of a bitch killed Mariana.
Did that make you feel better?
I wouldn't shed any tears if I were you.
Maybe I'm shedding them for your brother.
I thought it would.
I thought it would at the time. Now I'm not so sure.
Hold on to that doubt. It means you're still human.
The world's a better place without him, believe me. Sometimes there's just no other way to make things right.
I kind of agree with it.
My friend took a crowbar to someone once.
When did that happen?
My people need to know about what we found here.
What about your missing friends?
I'm surprised you care. Human life isn't exactly high on your list of priorities. Don't have time to keep looking. They'd want me to get home and warn them. So that's what I'm gonna do. Sooner the better.
You sure you'll be okay on your own?
To be honest, I think my odds are better than yours. I won't forget about you. You have my word.
So Jesus just leaves. There, wow.
I don't see how you're gonna
just
make
like
it.
Bad writing.
One step at a time.
It would be interesting in the Walking Dead series if there was a Jesus character that was really Jesus.
We both do.
And this was
We all do.
a literal explanation of the end of
Once
days,
she's safe,
a biblical end of days, and judging
I'm gonna tell
people.
her how I feel. Truth never hides forever.
We're gonna need allies in Richmond. Lingard and Clint, they're our best bet. If I can get to them before Joan does, maybe we have a chance.
I know I was ready to say goodbye before, but I can't do this without you. Can I count on you? I won't be able to pull this off myself.
Let's see, I got you, brother.
Of course, David. You're my brother. I never forgot that.
I want to be a better
even if you did.
brother to him.
I'm glad to hear that, Javi. You and I,
me.
We should talk when this is done.
See, and that's part of the
If
problem
Lonnie raises
here.
the alarm, they'll be waiting for us at the gates. There's a way in round back that'll get us
People who
around
join
any
the
sentries.
New Frontier
We can take Badger's truck.
basically
I doubt he'll mind.
are perverting
Come
the
on,
concept
we gotta
of
get on the move.
family and like
Herd's closing.
where loyalty, in my opinion, should be. Like you should, if at all possible, be loyal to your family because you're always going to have a relationship to them genetically and just by relation. Whereas if you're saying your friends are family or the New Frontier is my family, that's not true. They're not your family, literally. And you're very, very capable of stop being a member of the New Frontier, as Clementine proved. You're very capable of realizing that
Thinking
they're
this will go a
not
lot
who
better if we
you
split
thought
up.
they were.
A group this big can't exactly sneak around, particularly if they're expecting us.
Eleanor's in there somewhere. I'm going after her.
Lingard brought her to the clinic. That's your best bet.
Eleanor, I guess, is the doctor lady.
Javi, that's where you'll go to get Kate and Gabe. Then bring them to my house. It's the one with the raven on the hitching post. We'll all meet up there. After I pay a little visit to Joan. Stay out of
Let's
sight.
see.
They'll be keeping an eye out for us.
Don't wait up.
Just don't wait up for me, okay?
Javi?
I'm gonna do whatever I have to keep Kate and Gabe safe. After that, I'm not promising anything.
Javi, just follow the plan. I'm counting on you to hold up your end.
I guess maybe that was the wrong response. See, he's going to go talk to Joan, and I imagine
scout
Joan is
ahead.
just going to shoot him. And David's dead.
What about you, Clem?
I'm pretty sure I've still got some friends in the New Frontier. If they know where AJ's being held, they'll tell me. As soon as I find him, I'm taking that truck and getting the hell out of here.
So she's just going to leave.
You are owed a vehicle.
And that,
Keep an eye on David. He may be playing nice, but I'd still watch your back.
let's see, I trust my brother. At this point, I think I should.
He's my brother, Clem. That still means something to me.
Just don't get trapped by it. You know what's best for the people you love. No one else can make that call. See
See,
you
this
when I
whole
see you.
game feels like it definitely was pushing you to not love your brother and not
David said
trust
to hang a
him,
ride up at that corner.
even at this
Seems
point.
clear so far.
Let's move.
But it would have been better and more helpful had they just switched the relationships around. Well, no, I guess you can't really switch the relationships around. What they probably needed to do is have me meet up with David and his wife, and I have no real relationship
You know
with
Javi
them.
Garcia? Used to play shortstop for Baltimore.
That Javier Garcia? That's who we're looking for?
Yeah, that Javier Garcia.
Like,
Anyway, sounds like some
it,
paranoid
had
horseshit.
David just been
Guy's
a
a fucking
childhood
ball
friend,
player.
There's the medical center.
maybe that would be better. If he only met up with them at the beginning of the zombie
Gabe.
apocalypse, and then there would be
What about
some
our friends there?
connections
Doesn't
there,
exactly
but
look like a
not
welcoming committee.
100%
Hang out here for a
quite
while. Smoke break.
solid family
Damn
connection.
it. We need a distraction. How's your
Frankly, I
throwing
just
arm?
feel like that familiar connection, and maybe I am slightly more loyal to family than some. But see, if I throw this and it shoots off the power, that might be a bad thing. So it's just
The hell
break
was
the
that?
window.
Let's check it out.
You go first.
Like my thought is maybe the power would be powering something important.
Still got it.
And we're not at a position yet where we're trying to completely overthrow Richmond. This really is just going to go very badly, though. I mean, see, I wouldn't be surprised if the medical devices were all shut off had I hit the other thing.
Find Elle. Tell her we have to move Kate.
You got it. I'll meet you here.
I'm a little surprised that the guy is still alive. This kid is clearly a non-character.
We thought you were... I was super worried.
Let's just say we gotta go.
We have to leave, Gabe. Now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
They said you guys were denied entry.
It's true. We're on borrowed time. The people who run this place, they're ruthless. We have to move.
Where's my dad? Is he coming?
Let's see.
Javi, where is he?
Your dad's taking care of a few loose ends. And right now, he needs me to take care of you.
Oh, okay.
So he just goes,
David
oh,
has a house in
okay.
town. He thinks we'll be okay there.
Then let's go.
Wait, Javi? While you were gone, this woman, Joan, came by. I felt like she was sizing me up. It was creepy. She implied David was in trouble. Like he was no longer in charge. She kept saying Gabe and I didn't need to worry, but it only made me worry more. I got a bad feeling from her.
Joan's been running this place behind David's back. She's pulling the strings.
What do you mean?
The people who shot you answered her. She ordered raids on other settlements. We found all this stuff from Prescott.
She was behind Prescott?
David's rounding up allies to confront her right now.
Javi, I know you wanted to try it here, but this isn't our fight. We already lost Mari because of these people. Now,
let's see.
The whole place is about to become a
So,
war zone.
do I run? No,
What?
David needs us.
What do you mean?
It's David's fight, Kate. And we're in it with him.
He needs our help. Kate, come
You're
on.
not hearing me. This is not our problem.
What's going on? Tripp said we had to move to David's house.
We're not doing that. We're getting the fuck out of Richmond before it's too late.
Getting out? You shouldn't even be sitting up.
What? What about my dad? We can't just leave him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna leave him.
We don't even know who he is anymore. We have to get away before he
Like,
gets
even
us
if it's
all
been like
killed.
5 years,
But-
that's not a lot.
He won't know where we are. Again.
I can't go back to how things were before. I'm sorry. I just can't.
Look, you can leave him or divorce him
We're gonna go
later.
to David's house.
Javi,
It's the best bet we got. It's all we got.
Like, you can divorce him later if you want to divorce him. That's fine.
I've got a
Or
gun
you
in the
can
room
run
they gave
off
me.
later,
like
but
we might
right
need
now you're shot.
I'll
So
come
there's
with you.
really no
We'll
decision.
catch up with you guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Why?
don't.
Somebody needs to be helping her, regardless.
It's okay, buddy. She's mad at me. Not you.
No, it's not that. It's... You'll think it's stupid.
What's up?
I just wish Clementine was still with us.
We ran into her.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope she came back with you. I wish she was around. I know, she's tough, but... I don't know. It'd be nice to hear she's alright.
If we run into her, she could really use a friend right now.
Yeah. Me too.
See, and you can't push this
need to go.
romance further.
Okay?
The
Okay.
final season of The Walking Dead is not going to be this boy and Clementine dating, getting married, having children in the zombie apocalypse, continuing the human race. Honestly, I don't even know what you could
You know
do.
this is what David lives for, right?
What?
A brawl. I only ever saw him truly happy when he was talking about being at war. The world going to shit? I guarantee. That was the best day of his life.
Let's
He gets
see.
to live life on the front line. I'm sure it's like Christmas every
I'm
morning.
just gonna say silent here.
You weren't there, Javi. Not like I was.
Like, I'm not really getting the answers I would like to respond to.
Took your damn time.
Like, because I really would just say,
Come on, we have
look,
to hurry.
you can leave later.
Wait a second. David told us to come here.
He's talking to the others now. Trust me, shit's about to fly. He's gonna need our help. We gotta get on the move.
And
He's waiting for us. There's no more time to lose.
I don't know what to say.
If you don't help, I won't be able to protect anyone.
Should I trust her?
They'll be safe here. Don't worry.
Oh, so she's...
I'll come back for you.
I didn't even know if
Both of you.
if she was asking me
You
to...
better.
If she was asking me or the entire group to follow her. I thought she wanted the entire group, and I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. What's the boy and the shot woman gonna do?
I don't like your tone, David. If this is about your brother...
Don't pretend like you don't know what this is about. You've got a lot to answer for.
Me? You must be joking.
Javi, Kate and Gabe,
Safe.
I knew I could count on you, brother. We're
There
gonna
we go.
fix this together.
I've got your back. That's what I'm gonna say.
Of course. Kate and Gabe are safe. I got your back.
Thank you. It means a lot that you do.
What's going on here?
We're just getting started.
You smuggled your brother into Richmond despite what we agreed. Clearly, you have no respect for any of us. This is serious, David. You know we can't let this go.
Let's tell her to S the F up. No,
You
there's-
don't deserve respect. Not after the things you've done.
What things? What's this all about?
I
She's
guess
been
I'm gonna
ordering raids
talking.
on peaceful communities.
Again,
sending
I'm
your
in
men to
charge
murder
for
and
no
loot.
real reason.
Brady. Joan, is this true?
Do I really need to answer that?
Yes. Yes, you
That's
do.
a serious charge. You come in swinging, you better have proof.
Here's our proof. This lowlife was part of the raids.
Well, Max, what do you have to say?
Let's see. Don't be scared of her.
Don't be afraid of her, Max. We've got your back.
Me, Badger, and Lonnie, we ran the ops. Off Joan's orders.
God damn it, Max.
I'm washing my hands of this, man.
Joan, how could you?
The real question is, how could I not? What would happen to us without your fertilizer, Clint? Or your pills, Paul? Do you think our community would survive? I did what I had to ensure that we would. It wasn't easy,
But at what
but
cost?
someone had to do it.
So you survived. But at what cost? Do
And
you
why the
even know how
secrecy?
much suffering
I want to
you
say
caused?
both those options.
I've no doubt it's less than I prevented.
That's not
All
even
of
true.
you remember the
You
winter.
killed way more
How
people
much we lost.
than in the raids.
Friends.
Richmond has not shown
Lovers.
itself to have a lot of people in it.
Children.
Maybe 20, maybe 100.
I made a promise I would never let that
Looks
happen
like
again.
for what they killed in
The
Prescott
raids were
alone, they
just to keep us
probably
going
killed.
till Richmond reached
10 or 20.
sustainability. We're so close to our dream.
Yeah.
Do we really want to risk
This
it all by
first
fighting amongst
lie will
ourselves?
only grow and continue. Once you've
We
stolen
should
power,
all
you
be
never
on
give
the
it back.
same side of this, David. On Richmond's side. Surely you can see that.
Prospering off the suffering of other people? That's no way to live. No way at all.
You're damn right about that. We lost Mariana to those raids. How many others lost their kids too?
I'm sorry, David. It breaks my heart about your child. It's something I'm going to have to live with.
It almost feels like she's
Take
drinking
them.
poison.
What the hell?
Put them in a cell until I can figure out what to do with them.
Don't you fucking touch me. That's an order!
They don't take orders from you anymore, David. You're done here. You put yourself before the group.
Let's see, just let us leave.
We can leave. Please, just let us. Paul, come on!
I'm sorry. My hands are tied.
This is
Interesting,
not
he
over, Joe.
branded his
I have
hands
friends
as
here.
a doctor.
Allies.
And that'd be like the worst place you would want to brand yourself. If you were gonna brand people, you would do it like on the buttocks, you would do it on the stomach, you would do it on the thighs. You would want to do it where there's a lot of muscle and fat, not places where you could clearly damage nerve endings or your appendages, or around your neck where it would get swollen if not infected, and it goes straight towards your brain. Okay, did you honor your brother's request? You and 34.3% of players kept Mariana's murderer to yourself. So I've been very, very loyal to the brother. Apparently 65.7% of players weren't in that instance. Not surprising, most video game players will try to take an advantage if they see it and they don't see an immediate negative response, so that's not super surprising. Also, it's important to say this is where this episode was going to end. Like, clearly the next episode and the episode after that are 100% around taking over Richmond and staging a coup from the inside. Did you try and save AJ? You and 84.9% of players injected AJ with the medicine, so only 15.1% didn't inject him, which I kind of am interested to see how the story would have played out had you not injected him. The Clementine still would have been kicked out. AJ, I guess, would have been still gotten healthier regardless, so nothing I think would have changed whatsoever. So it's kind of surprising that that decision is labeled as a big decision, other than the fact of the emotional ties to that decision. I also was expecting at some point to think that the drug that she injected was a drug that the doctor was using to get high, and that's why he didn't want to waste it on AJ. Let's see. How did Badger die? So no chance that Badger didn't die. Me and 66.7% of players destroyed Badger's skull, which I thought was the idea anyways, because like, if you're killing somebody and you don't want them to turn into a zombie, which you generally don't, I think there is, in this scenario, even a kind, compassionate killer needs to bash in his skull so that zombies don't come back. If you're going to kill somebody, you don't want more zombies. It's still very questionable why, in my estimated timeline of this being 5 years plus since the zombie apocalypse started in this world, why there are so many zombies walking around. It makes very little sense. And it also questions the longevity of The Walking Dead as a series in any format, because you either have to tell a shortened timeline so that each season is only a few weeks or a few months at most. That way you don't end up with a scenario where it's 10, 15, 20 years down the line and there's still a ridiculous amount of of zombies walking around. Interesting. I'm looking at the credits there, and they just mentioned somebody's name, and it had squares with X's in front of the name, which I believe means they used an invalid font or an invalid character for the font they chose. So I don't know if that's intentional or what, but that certainly strikes me as odd. So as far as killing Badger, 5.4% of players could have killed him quickly. 22.6% of players let Badger turn. So the two main options seem to be really easy to get, and it seems almost impossible to get the kill Badger quickly or let someone else kill Badger, which I'm not really playing Javi as a character who is passive and or unwilling to kill. I don't think as a role-playing factor that makes a lot of sense. He's seen Kate be shot, he's seen Mariana get shot, so that seems just unrealistic. Also, he's killed a lot of zombies. What was Max's fate? You and 56.5% of players brought Max back with you. So 43.5% of players apparently didn't bring him back. It didn't seem like that really mattered any, though. And who did I side with in the end? You and 53.3% of players stuck by David's plan. 46.7% of players, I guess, would have gone with Kate's plan. I'm still having a lot of trouble keeping all these names in my head. So I might be misnaming characters all over the place, which is just more evidence that I don't really care about these characters, and they didn't do a lot to set that up. The Walking Dead Season 1 did it so perfectly by having this, having you play as a man who finds this very little girl who needs help and guidance and just parenting and leadership throughout the whole game. You connect with her immediately and continue to connect with her throughout the first season, and your connections to every other character in the first season is related to your desire, an actual true desire to protect that Clementine character in the first season. So you connect with, like, Duck, the other child in that game. You connect with his parents. You connect with the older father who was a jerk a little bit there. You connect with him and his adult daughter, and you even connect with the one guy who's all by himself. So you have like major connections, major themes of family, whereas this season is trying to do the themes of family again, but not really doing a great job of it. Had I chosen Kate's plan and decided to run off, which now in retrospect probably would have been the better plan, it doesn't seem like anything else would have changed, though. I imagine they would have just gotten caught in the process of trying to run off. And I assume that Kate and David's son now are being held in his house or whatever. And that is the last plan. And now we get a new ad. Get the complete season of Batman, which has no relation and is certainly mood killing, if nothing else. Now let's look at the menu and see. No, it doesn't seem like the menu really changed. Let's see. Of course, we can look at our choices. I don't feel like I've really made any choices that I'm super upset with. But there are a couple of ones that certainly I'm not in the majority. Of course, some of them had like 4 options, so you might still be in the majority, even if you are only getting 20 or 30%. Yeah, I still feel like the intro would change, but it doesn't seem like it actually is. And so next time we'll start episode 4, when the community is threatened from within. Javier manages an unlikely alliance for the safety of his loved ones, thicker than the water. So let's see. There's 3 unrecognizable characters in the background, which I don't know if those are all just friends of Clementine or what. Notice that they have Clementine's hand, her left hand is off screen, so you can't see whether or not her finger is missing. Also, in this instance, it seems like she might be missing a few scars, but her haircut, as it is now, seems to be pretty consistent. Her hat, interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure the hat could have been lost at some point down the road. So she either got a new hat, or maybe that's not the case, because like I don't think that is Duck's hat that she's wearing, or it might be, but it might just be that in my playthroughs that didn't happen. So it seems pretty obvious that Clementine is going to get some of her friends together and they're going to try and take over Richmond. I wouldn't be surprised if this boils down to the point of Joan specifically holding AJ hostage, or the doctor specifically holding AJ hostage, and I'm gonna have to shoot him. Javier has not gotten a new gun, and so that's certainly an issue too. And then I kind of don't think like Jesus is going to show up, but then that also means he, as a character, he was completely unimportant. Like, so there's some weirdness there. Anyways, it's been 30 minutes. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.